We can't hear you.
Sorry about that, guys. I've got everything going on crazy tonight. The laptop crashed. It's still rebooting, trying to get the show back up. It's taking its sweet ass time. It hasn't even brought up StreamYard yet. So we're kind of waiting on the guest. We tried to call the guest. Some moderators tried to call the guest. He's a no call, no show. Can't get a hold of him. We are going to have a show tonight, though. I do have a plan for tonight, a backup plan. And we're going to make something happen out of this show tonight. So, Nanny Pam and Rogue, how are y'all doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
I am peachy.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, it's been one of those nights. We had a full show planned. We put a lot of time into it. And we're going to make something happen tonight. So, is there anyone in our chat that would like to share an encounter? If you would, I am going to drop the link in just a second to the show tonight. And if you would like to come on and tell us one of your encounters, we would love to hear it. I'm sure we got somebody in chat that will share their encounter with us tonight. And I would love to hear some personal encounters. Let me drop the link in here real quick. For some reason, I had it copied too, and it says I didn't. I have no idea.
Of course.
So let me throw that in here. Okay, for some reason, it is not letting me share the link to chat. I have no idea why. There it is. So there's the link, guys. I'm going to go ahead and pin the link, if it'll let me pin the link. I have no idea what's going on here. So let me pin the link. All right, the link is now pinned. Is anybody in chat would like to come in and tell us your encounter? I've just about got the laptop, I think, is maybe halfway working. I'll be able to see chat here in just a second. I cannot see chat, so that I'm not ignoring anybody right now. I'm trying to get everything up and running. There we go. We're starting to come around now. Everything's taking its sweet time. But all right. Don't ask me what's going on tonight. The internet acts like it's just dead. It is just crawling.
Wow.
So I have no idea what is going on. Let's take this banner down real quick, if it'll let me. It hasn't even loaded yet. So has anybody in chat said anything? I can't see the chat. Does anybody want to come on the show tonight and share an encounter? My laptop still has not loaded, so I cannot see chat or anything. Can you see it, Pam?
I haven't seen anybody say anything.
No, there's nothing yet.
Okay. We'll give it a little bit of time and see if anybody would like to share anything. Now, tomorrow we are boots on the ground at 9:30, I believe, is tomorrow night's time. Yeah, we're going a little later. We're doing 9:30. My computer just crashed again. So it's going to have to reload completely.
Is it 9:30? 9:30 or 9:45 tomorrow night? I thought it was 9:45.
Is it 9:45?
Because I'm 1 hour ahead of you guys, and mine said 10:45, like it always tells me. So I thought it was 9:45 Central Time.
I might have done that.
Yeah, it's either. I'm pretty sure it's 45 after.
You're probably right. If you are right, that's. I'll take care of that after the show.
All righty.
Just joking. So, Rogue, have you had any encounters? Anything that's ever happened to you?
No, I actually have not. I just happen to be into all this kind of stuff and just love it. I would like to have one, though.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people always say they would love to have an encounter.
Yeah, you don't get to pick your encounter, unfortunately. So I don't know how it would be. So a lot of people say that, be careful what you wish for, but I don't know.
See,
I would still take that chance.
See, I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of wish I wouldn't have, and I could have just grew up normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
And Mike, it does say 9:45.
Damn. Well, I guess somebody's paying attention around here, huh?
I got you. It's all right.
But
Yeah.
do we have anybody in chat? If you want to come on and tell your story, all you got to do is click the link that's pinned. It'll put you backstage if my computer doesn't crash again, and we will bring you on. And I would love to hear just one of your encounters. You don't even have to tell all of your encounters. If you would like to tell your encounter. But yes, tomorrow night at 9:45 Central Standard Time, it seems like, we are going to be boots on the ground. And then following up after tomorrow night, Saturday night, we got Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot's going to come on.
Yay.
And we're going to talk about some orbs.
Yep.
So
that's going to be good. That's going to be a very good show.
Yeah, they're so much fun.
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I like those guys.
Yeah, those guys are crazy. Crazy fun.
I love to meet them. I bet they're a hoot.
They crack me up.
Me too.
That's right, Cheryl Wood. We wouldn't be abnormal if everything went right, right?
Exactly.
So we have anybody that wants to tell us? Come on, somebody's got to tell us a story tonight. Come on. We're having a call in tonight, guys. We don't hardly ever do this.
And we know some of you guys had encounters. We've heard you tell them in chat. So come
right. I was just about to say that. You hear people dropping comments all the time. They've got a, this and that has happened to them or whatever. So, yeah, y'all come on.
We want to hear it.
Yeah.
I know somebody out there's got to have an encounter. Make sure if I miss anything, in case you all see it, my chat is. I'm not even going to say right now. They would rated X me tonight if I was to say what I'm really thinking. But
we got you.
Yeah.
We're reading.
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching.
I'm about ready to see how many 12 gauge slugs does it take to end a laptop.
One.
That wouldn't feel good enough, though. I'm thinking a whole tube.
Yeah, that would feel better. Definitely,
it would. Sharon Guy, we could get her to come on here and tell us about that 500-pound hoot owl.
Oh yeah, come on, Sharon.
I don't think I've heard that.
There's evidently a creature down in Louisiana that is a large hoot owl human type creature. And I think Sharon's had a few encounters with it.
Like the Skeely thing that you did the show about?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool.
Hey, New England, if you want to come on and tell us about your experiences, hey, I'll listen to it. I'm game for anything tonight. Just hit that link. Anybody, it'll put you right backstage. I can bring on to 10 people on at a time. We can get on here and just shoot the shit. I got my cold Jack Daniels. We're ready to go all night.
Oh, Lord. Lou said he would come on. Lou said he would come on. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, come on, Lou. Hop on in here. Come on now. Let me throw that link out there for you. It's also pinned. And if anybody else would like to come on, come on. You can come on the Abnormal Show, guys. That was weird. I thought I heard a guy's voice talking.
They said that in chat before you come on that they were hearing somebody sound like they were mocking you.
That's what I thought I heard too.
Really?
Are you mocking me over there?
Mm-mm.
All right, guys, we've got Lou coming on. Everybody, please welcome Lou to the show.
Hey, Lou.
How you doing, guys?
Hey,
Good.
good.
Good to see all you guys. Good to hear all you guys. You guys, are the best family on YouTube that I've found so far.
Hey, we
Oh,
appreciate that. We appreciate
So
having you here.
yeah, man, I figured I'd come save the show, right? But
Hey,
it's not really that exciting. But I'll tell you. So I grew up here in Jersey, and growing up here, cryptids are just not on the brain. It's just not a thing. But I'm 51 now, and this was back in 2001 when my oldest brother was still alive. He wanted to go to the Marines, and I don't know. He had this idea that he wanted to do like deep woods camping for like a summer, and like just get out and try to survive, I guess, type stuff. And he was trying to get me to come along. I guess he was getting bored or whatever. So I don't know if you're familiar with New Jersey, but there's really only two real rural areas. You got like the Pine Barrens, like down in South Jersey, and then in the northwest corner, there's a county called Sussex County, and that has like 5 state parks. And that county, basically, if you go north of there, you go into like like upstate New York, like up in that area where it's all woods. And if you go west from there, you're into like the Pennsylvania woods. And the very top park is called High Point State Park. So he wanted to go there. He'd never been there before. So we went. We actually this was our third time going to High Point when this happened, and we were going to spend the whole weekend, but we left Friday after work, and we stayed over Friday night. Saturday morning, woke up, made breakfast. We were probably like maybe 2 miles off, like off the Appalachian Trail in High Point State Park, maybe 3 tops though,
oh wow.
and he found out that Sunday the weather was going to be shit. So basically, he's like, "Let's just get out of here today." So we started hiking out, and after like 10 minutes, I hear him say to me, he goes, "Dude, I just seen a dog," and I was like, "A dog out here?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's not the problem." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he said it was on 2 feet, and I said, "Shut the hell up!" Like I'm thinking, like, what is he talking about? So he's pointing to where it was. And I made the decision to like, I could tell by his face he wasn't messing with me. So I start like walking in that direction. And then I guess I got about maybe 40 yards from where he said he's seen it. And from behind a tree, I see like a jet black dog head peek out. And I'm 6 foot. This was probably maybe 6, 7 inches taller than me.
Oh,
So I'm thinking it's probably like 6'6", maybe 6'7" tops. Because that's how high the head I'm estimating was off the ground, because we were on flat ground, and like I said, it was about 40 yards, so it wasn't too far, and it just peeked out, and I'm thinking to myself, this is an idiot in a costume, like, because
right,
like I said, I'm in New Jersey. I never heard of a damn Dogman.
right.
Of course, growing up, I heard of Bigfoot because I saw like the Patterson Gimlin film. What was that show with Leonard Nimoy for In Search of or something?
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
but I had never heard of like a dog man or a walking dog. So
Right.
I'm thinking this is an idiot in a costume. I happen to have a 357 Sig on me, a Glock 32. So
Oh wow.
I just took it out, and I said, "Bro, I'm armed. I'm gonna shoot you." Like just to see if, because I figured it would get him to come out,
Right.
and nothing happened. So. And then my brother's like, he comes walking up behind me and he's like, "Bro, I'm telling you, that was a dog on 2 legs." I said, "I seen it peek out, but I couldn't believe him, basically." So he throws like, I forget what he threw. I don't know if it was like a pine cone or a rock or something, but he threw it at that tree. And then we heard like growling coming from behind that tree, like the loudest, probably the loudest growl I've ever heard in my life.
Wow.
And then maybe about a minute later, it just came out. And it was walking like sideways from us. Now we were in like sort of like a clearing, and where this thing was, the woods wasn't as thick as it was behind us. So we were able to see it probably for a good 25 yards, like before it got to like where it was thicker. And it was walking sideways to us, but like mean eyeing us, you know, like sideways kind of.
Uh-huh.
The whole time showing its teeth. The whole time showing its teeth and growling. It walked into the brush line and then like disappeared, right? So I'm standing there like in shock, you know?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the one thing I remember most about it was the blackest fur I've ever seen in my life. Like it was almost like, it sounds stupid, but like the sun didn't even penetrate it, kind of like it just kind of like absorbed light around it. I feel
Right.
like it was just like black as black.
Yeah.
And the only other thing that really stood out besides like the white of the teeth was the eyes. The eyes were crazy yellow, like bright yellow, even in the daylight. Like they were kind of nice, actually. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was super
Mhm.
Right.
bright yellow. And
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sitting there in shock, you know? And I turn to my brother and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Sorry, my language. I'm like, come on, man. Like, what the hell is that thing, you know? So anyway, after this happened, Mike, before I heard you say that you wish whatever, I didn't get to ever hear your encounter. I started following you like after that, like after I
Uh-huh.
guess maybe you told it or something. But I feel the same way, man, because after that experience, like all I wanted to do was like learn more about it and talk about it. You know what I mean? Like you kind of get like enamored with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I could tell, like, even when I was telling my other brothers and sister, they were looking at me like, you're an idiot. You know, even though we both seen it, like, you could tell, like, they want to, like, they know you're not a bullshitter, but they still don't believe you, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was like, you just get sick of telling the story, you know, like, you be with some good friends and somebody tells, like, whatever, like, their creepy story. And then you're like, oh, I got one for you. And you tell
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and you could see the way everyone's looking at you, like, you're an idiot, you know? So
Well,
after
Yeah.
you
a
know,
while, I was just like, man, I wish I never even seen that stupid thing, you know?
right. And those things, you talk about how it was black, and I've noticed that too. Whenever I was growing up, we grew up with them around my granny's house, and they were, when we would shine lights out there, they were just like a shadow that would just absorb, and they had no profile when you would shine lights on them. It's like they were just able to,
So you've
like you
seen
said,
these
just,
things, Mike?
oh yeah, yeah.
And
um,
they look like that, black with yellow eyes like that?
I never saw the yellow eyes. I've seen the eyes shine,
Gotcha.
um, but I have seen the actual creature.
Yeah, I've
What
seen them
I
on your
saw,
live stream one time
yeah,
at night
what
though, you
I
know?
saw, and exactly what you're saying too, and I find it pretty interesting is a lot of people say, how big they are, they're 8, 9, 10 foot.
Yeah.
But there was an instance where our lake, we had went through a drought, and our lake had dried up, and I took I took my youngest son and I took my nephew, and we went down and we were walking where the lake had dried up because it was an old town, and you can find like old horseshoe nails. I found an old whiskey jug down there, the
Yeah.
old, just all kinds of stuff. So we're walking. It's late evening. We're in the middle of where the lake should have been, and there's a tree line. Well, we hear these coyotes start howling,
Hmm.
and of course it scares them. They're like, Mike, 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 Mike. I'm like, it's okay, guys. They're not going to bother you. They're just coyotes, or. And I had my 45 on me, and we're walking and we're walking, and then all of a sudden you can see, and I was video. You can see in the video, my son goes to like this. He's scared, and he's like, "Dad, Dad, 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 look." And I look over, and this pack of coyotes that's in this tree line
Uh-huh.
have now went bipedal,
Oh,
and
man.
they weren't like what everybody says. They were not these huge creatures. They were not like
Yeah.
these 9, 10 foot. They were just picture a normal sized coyote standing on its hind legs. I would say 5 foot, nothing over 6 foot. But there was one of them, I think maybe the leader. He ran down to an old tree, and I think they're called honey trees or whatever they call them down there. And he climbs up that tree like me or you would, which told me that he had to have opposable thumbs to be able to do that. So he climbs the tree, and then he starts shaking the tree violently,
Really?
and he starts like, you know how a coyote, before they'll howl, they'll make that yip noise, like that yip 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 yip. Then they'll
Right.
go into the howl.
Yeah.
He started making that yip sound. This is while we're videoing. So the first thing that runs through my mind, I'm like, okay, I got two little boys with me. If there's probably 6 of these things somewhere around there. There's a pack of them.
Damn.
And I keep thinking, if they rush me across that open field, I've got a 45. I had a 1911 45 on me. You know,
Uh-huh.
a 45 round doesn't carry a lot of speed, and it's limited in
No,
range.
it's just big hole, yeah.
Right. So I'm like, okay, so if they start coming at me, I'm limited at how close I'm going to be able to engage them.
Sure.
And, a 1911, most of the time you got around 6, 7 rounds in it. So
Yeah.
you got to hit every shot. And all that's running through my mind. So I'm just trying to get them to the vehicle. So I did get them to the vehicle. We got in the vehicle, the truck. But the thing is they done exactly what you were saying. They paralleled us the whole time.
So
They
that's like a
stayed
common thing they do, huh?
Yeah, they just stayed in the tree line, and they were doing like they were taunting us. They were doing that yip, 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 all of them. But when we got to the truck, they started howling. It went into the full howl. And
Wow.
man, I tell you, that scared the shit out of me. I was
it would
like,
scare anybody.
oh yeah, and the kids were crying that they were upset because they just saw, coyotes walk on their hind legs.
Yeah, it's hard enough seeing it as an adult, never mind a kid.
Yeah.
Mike, it's funny that you said that because I should have mentioned the day that we were there. It was like spring, so it was like the perfect day. It was like 77 degrees and like sunny, and we probably saw it. We probably saw it around 10 in the morning, around that time, like 9, 10 in the morning. So it was nice and bright. So I definitely got a good look at it, and I know, like, after I researched it later, because like you said, I definitely did we both did. Me and my he passed away in 2015, unfortunately. So after that, I didn't
I'm
talk
sorry
about it
about
at
that.
all. Yeah, it
Right.
happens. But we talked about it up until that point constantly. Anytime I seen him, I was like, bro, what the hell, right?
Right.
But everything, like I was reading, like you said, they said they're like how big they were. Now, I don't know if this is true, but my brother deduced that maybe this was a younger one, because, like I said, it was definitely at least 4 or 5 inches taller than me. I think, pretty good judge of that. So, I'm not exact, but it was definitely taller than me. I'll leave it at that. And then he guessed the weight at about like 220, 230, because it was pretty thick. But the arms were long and skinny, but the chest and thighs were thick.
Wow.
Kind of like a dog, kind of like dogs.
It had that
If
backward leg too. Like even though it was on 2 feet, like how like it looked like the regular, like it looked like a human thigh that went into like a dog like bottom part. It was weird as hell. And like
dude,
I said, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I can give you maybe a little understanding on that. If and Hammer Time, thank you so much for that donation. God bless you. So I was talking to some shamans when I done the Girl Scout investigation here in Oklahoma, and we were talking about the Dogman and the werewolf, and their explanation was that they are actually witch doctors, witches, warlock, whatever you want to call them.
What, they
and
think it's like a human that transforms into that thing?
Exactly. And I asked them, I said, so why do we have some of them that have the human legs, and then we have some of them that have the backward dog's legs? Because I got right because I got
looked human,
right, and that's what they said. The 3 shamans told me, and this is what they told me. That they said, well, whenever you become a shapeshifter or a skinwalker, depending on the tribe, whatever they call them, that you have to sacrifice your bloodline, and the closer to you sacrifice, the more power you have. So they said if you see a werewolf that has human legs, that is a shaman that does not have the power to completely transform into the dog to the hind legs. Now, if you see one, they said, that has the back legs, the back turned legs and everything,
Yeah.
that's a very strong shaman because he has made the full transformation, and that's what they told me. So I
Well,
mean,
Wow.
I
hey,
don't
you never
know.
know, right? I mean, I don't think anyone knows what the hell they are.
Right.
Um,
That's crazy.
I didn't get any type of like feeling that it was human for me. It just seemed like it. You know, I've seen wild animals. We have black bear here. It just kind of looked like to me. And again, I am no expert. This is the only thing I've ever seen. It never happened again. And I promise you, we went looking, but we never saw anything again. We never even seen a track again. You know, and we looked. Believe me. But
Wow.
so I'm seriously, obviously, no expert. But to me, it just felt like a wild animal to me. You know, like I didn't. But
Wow.
again, who knows, right? I have no idea.
Did you ever find any tracks or anything?
No, nothing. But
Nothing.
it hadn't rained in like a few weeks. But it was like I said, the reason we were leaving is it was supposed to get like a crazy like nor'easter coming in that next day. That's why we got out of there. So maybe if
Wow.
we didn't go back for like a month because for like 1 month my brother was like, I ain't going. I'm not going. I'm done.
Right.
You know, and I kept bugging him like, dude, I have to go. You're gonna make me go by myself. I was like
Yeah.
hammered, man. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I'd be at work thinking about it. I'd go to bed thinking about it because you just can't believe it. Like, what the hell did I see? I'd ask myself that every day. I swear,
Yeah.
it wasn't that
Because they're not
Yeah.
exciting,
supposed
but
to
it was
see it.
definitely crazy to me. You know, like it freaked me out because I never heard of anything like that. And internet was kind of in its infancy then, so there wasn't a ton of information. I probably learned more about it in the last 3 years than ever before, you know, because between your live streams and
Hmm.
I see Crippers every week now on live streams, you know,
Yeah.
but it's different when you're there and it's growling at you.
Absolutely.
But
So
yeah,
on your
I didn't feel like it was going to attack or anything. It was just like mean mugging us. Like to me, I was getting the impression like F off, you know.
Hmm.
kind of like he was maybe like trying to
Intimidate
intimidate
us.
you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like basically, like you're gonna get these teeth if you come over here, you know. Because
So
it had
you
its teeth out the whole time, man. The whole time.
oh
Because matter of fact, when it kind of got farther away, all I saw was that the damn thing looked like it brushed its teeth every day because the teeth were so white.
right.
You could see them, you know.
So he was letting you know.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
on
He was
on, on that 357 Sig, I've never had the opportunity to own one. I've always wanted one.
no.
Is the muzzle blast as bad as they say it is on those?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a little bit sharper than a 40, slightly sharper than if you ever shot a 40.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's not if you've shot a 40 and a 45, you'll be able to get used to that quick. Yeah.
What about the sound? Is there much? Is it like this huge unbearable sound, or is it?
It's like it sounds like a Magnum. If you go with 125 grain loads, because it's coming out at if you get like the Buffalo Bore one, the heavy load they make, comes
Uh
out
huh.
at like 1530 out of the muzzle.
Oh
So
wow.
it's like a true 357 ballistic out of that. So that when you use like the more powerful ammo like Buffalo Bore or Grizzly, yeah, it's loud. But if you just get like the watered down stuff like that Remington makes, it's like a 40. I always
I've
carry Buffalo Bore, and you
yeah, I've
know.
always wondered. I like that round. I like the logistics on it.
Yeah, I
It's
saw I read I got into that round specifically because I read there was like apparently after the first Gulf War, um I think it was M&P stopped making their model, and they had a couple hundred like leftover models, and it was with 4.5 inch barrels, and they sent them to the Iraqi police, and then 10 years after that, and they gave them a bunch of that Golden Saber 125 grain ammo with it, the bonded version, and like 10 years later, like I found online. I don't know if it's still there. It'd be cool if it is, but it was like ballistic reports of their shootings basically with that gun and that ammo. And they had so many like one stop shots that I was like, I'm getting it. You know, like if I ever get into a gunfight, I don't want to be shot at. So that's why I got it.
well,
Yeah.
that's why the state troopers, they favored the 125 grain, revolver
Yeah,
because it
exactly.
has
That legendary
yeah.
ballistic shot. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they made that into a semi. You know, I've been using that for like 20, 25 years. Actually, no, it's probably since it came out. Glock came out with it in '99. I think that's when I got it. Like the next year. So I still
Wow.
have the original model that I got, which was a 32, and then I picked up the 32 is like the mid-size one, and then I got just about 5 years ago I bought a Glock 31, which is like the full-size one, same cartridge, you know. But you
Oh,
should
wow.
grab one because they stopped making them too, so you could get them a little cheaper now.
Oh, I didn't know they
Grab
stopped
one
making
before
them.
they go away.
How's the ammo price on them? Is it still available? Pretty.
Yeah, Buffalo Boy said they're not going to stop making it, and Federal HST said they're not going to stop making the ammo, and Remington's not going to stop, so you can still get the ammo. It's about the same price as a 40, maybe $1
Hey,
more.
yeah, that ain't shoot
No, it's
for
not
the
bad. It's worth it
yeah
to
for the.
carry, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to check that out
Yeah,
because
you
I've even
should
heard
get yourself a nice
you can.
Glock 31.
I've heard you can get like a Glock in the 40 cal, and you can buy like a lone
Yeah, you
wolf
get a barrel.
barrel.
Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely. You could use
I've
the
heard that.
same magazine and everything. You just need to get a barrel,
Man,
and
that
you'll
would
have
be
two
a good.
guns in one if you do that.
That
Or
might be.
if you got the Glock 31, you could get a 40 barrel. Do the same thing. You know.
That's
Yeah.
something.
Either way,
Wow.
but
So
45
Pam,
is a good one too. I just recommend maybe carrying like 185 grain loads with plus P if you could find it. You
yeah,
know.
get you a little more speed.
Yeah, get close to 1100. You'd be good with that.
I've heard those
Yeah.
4,585 grain bullets are pretty bad.
Oh yeah, they're really good actually. You mean like
I mean, as
like good
in,
or bad bad?
I meant like bad as in good.
Yeah, no, you're right. They are. Yes. Yeah,
Wow.
because you're getting that big bullet going 1,000 instead of
That's
850. You know.
Yeah, that's
mm-hmm.
cooking for a big
Hell yeah,
bullet,
man.
man.
That's a good
Hey,
idea.
are you on my wide open page, dude? Over on the outdoor channel?
No, I didn't put it on your like website.
Okay, I've got an outdoor channel on Facebook and on YouTube. It's called Wide Open Adventures Oklahoma. We do a lot of hunting and stuff over there. You ought to check it out, man. You got a
Oh,
lot of
I'll have to
knowledge
do that.
about
I
that
didn't know you
stuff.
had that channel. I only found this one about 2 years ago, maybe, or a year and a half
Okay.
ago.
Yeah, that'd be cool, dude. Because we do a lot of that hunting and fishing and all that over there, and you know a lot about that, so you would be able to help a lot over there.
I'm
Pam,
sorry if I might have broke up the stream. I apologize. I was letting my dog out.
I
you're
just
okay.
shared it.
But yeah. And
Pam,
anyway, I'm appreciate you having me
I
on.
shared it.
oh yeah, man, we love having you on, and we love having you part of the family and seeing you in
Yeah, I love
chat and
being part of the
everything.
family. Your
Hey,
subscribers are awesome people. Appreciate you all.
man,
I
they're
love
awesome because we have people like you that come on, man.
Hey
We
man, I wasn't
appreciate you.
gonna. That guy left you hanging. I wasn't gonna do it.
Hey,
Thank
I
you, Lou.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Listen, thanks again, Mike. Keep up the good work.
All
Lou,
right,
I
man. Thank you,
shared the
sir.
link in the chat. All you gotta do
You
is
all.
click on it. I
Thanks.
shared
You guys
the
all take
bottom
care. Okay.
link. Okay.
I'll see you in the chat. Hopefully, somebody else will step up here and give us a better one.
That
Yeah.
that was a great one. I loved it. It was a
Oh,
great
glad
one.
you did. I
Yes,
wish it
sir.
didn't happen, but I'm glad you liked it.
Hey, thank you for
I,
sharing it, sir.
You
We
guys take
appreciate you.
care. Thanks again.
All right, man. God bless. Does anybody else in chat would like to share one of your encounters? I'll drop the link. Pam,
yeah.
Rogue, uh, isn't it amazing how we have these people that have these encounters
Yes.
and they're all so similar. The color, the paralleling, the walking, the how black they are, how they absorb the light. You know, it's like these things are just built to be the apex predator of
They
the
are.
whiz. What do y'all think about that? What are your all's thoughts on that while we wait to see if somebody else wants to jump on?
Go ahead, Rogue.
You going under the bus. Under the bus with you.
I don't know. I've never seen one, but they all seem to be pretty similar. The one thing that I did notice him talking about, he saw one that was black with the fur that seems to absorb light, and the eyes that were so yellow, and I guess kind of served as their own source of light. No reflection or anything. They were just kind of backlit in a way. I've heard that so many people say that as well. I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't seen one, so I just know things that I've heard. There's a lot of similar encounters, but they seem to be, I don't know, pretty scary. So
Do you
Yeah.
think
I don't
that
know.
do you think that they have a special ability to absorb the light, or do you think that it's just how dark their fur is? What do you guys think about that?
I think it's some kind of a special, some way that their fur is. I don't know if it's like a special power necessarily, but
Yeah.
something that seems to be character only to them, because
Yeah.
it seems like the darker ones just seem to just absorb everything people
They
say.
do.
Just like darker than dark. I mean, no matter where they are, they're always darker than that.
Yes. I agree with you.
But
And
they come in all
every time
colors. So
they find, though, I mean, they all talk about the legs, the way the legs are bent, especially on the Dogman. They all talk about the light. Their hair absorbs the light. There's no, and I think that's why sometimes you have a hard time seeing things out there. I think that is a deterrent for us to see them. I mean, I believe it's something in their hair because you don't see them until we see them sometimes, but you don't. And that's I haven't seen a Dogman or Sasquatch that I know of, but I don't know that I want to. I don't know. I mean, it's terrifying, but I guess if it happens, it happens. But
right. I would love the
yeah,
opportunity.
I probably would
It's
like to
so,
see one if it was a safe distance. A safe distance.
Right.
Yeah.
But
you
we don't
know,
get to choose our encounters, so that's you always got to be careful what you wish for.
and that's one of the things that happened to me growing up is, you watch a movie and you see a creature, and
Mhm.
then you see it in real life, and I've seen both, and I
Yes.
can tell you that there is a huge difference in between the movies and actually looking at something that's
Yep.
really there. And when I was sitting out in the car that night and I was reading this story to you guys,
Yep.
it just, whenever it looked in that back window and everybody seen it,
Hmm.
it just really messed with me that night, just knowing, because I had my windows down because it was hot. It could have reached
Yep.
in and touched me. It just, there's a
Mhm.
Hammer Time says, from what I've read and heard, Dogman doesn't play. That's why I'm very surprised that Mike hasn't been attacked on his lives. Maybe they can sense he's not really alone, but has an audience. Hammer Time, that has been told to me so many times. People have said, I honestly believe that your flashlight and being live has saved your ass so many times.
Mhm.
And I've wondered that before, if it is because I do have witnesses. Because, if these are what we believe them to be, and like the conversation we had last night with even Travis Carpenter about the, how smart these creatures are, having the human knowledge, they
Yes.
have to know that if they go out, and I hate using this word, guys, and we may start going live on Patreon more so that we can talk.
Yeah.
To unalive somebody, I think that they may know that if they do that and it doesn't look like an accident, that they're going to be targeted and they're going to be hunted down. And I call them clans. You can call them packs or families, whatever you want to call them. But I think that they are knowledgeable enough to know that if they step outside of the rules and they unalive somebody, that their clan is going to be wiped out, that they will be hunted. They know that, because I got to be careful how I say this. I believe there may be special groups that are trained to deal with just them.
Mhm.
And
Great.
I believe they know that. And they know that there's a line that they can't cross. And I think that there may even be an agreement, and I'm not going to say with who, but you got a good idea, that they can have so many humans a year
Right.
in exchange for knowledge, technology.
Yes.
And I believe that those deals are being made. You know, we had a president that went missing for a while that was having an alleged meeting with them, and he went missing for a while. They took him and then returned him, and they came out with this huge, he went to the dentist and we couldn't find him. Whatever, they're not going to lose the president. It doesn't. He don't just go to the dentist and you can't find him, right? So, I don't know. We have a guest just popped on. Everybody, please welcome Jessica to the show.
That was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Oh, hey. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing
You're
good.
good.
Hey,
Hi.
Did you accidentally join?
Yeah, I was like, what is this link? I'm sorry.
Do you have any encounters?
Yeah, but I'll email them to you.
Okay. Well, hey, it was good meeting you.
All right, you guys too. Bye.
hey,
All
thank
right.
you.
But I think they know that if they do that, then they're going to be hunted down. For instance,
Yeah.
here lately we've been doing boots on the ground, and we've had a flood down here, and I haven't been able to get back into where I like to go. And I was talking to Rogue about that last night, and the water has receded, and I'm going to have access back to these areas again. And there's a place down there, and a lot of y'all that do watch me, you're going to remember. I went down to this area one night, and yeah, hammer time for sure. And I hadn't been out of the vehicle maybe 10 minutes, and I was told by a security team member, "You need to get out of there." And I was like, "What? Why? Already?" And they're like, "Yeah, we already seen it. It's already close to you." And I went back to the vehicle, and all this, guys, is going on in my ear right here when you hear me talking to my security team right here. So they're talking to me, and they're saying, "You need to get out of there." So I get back to the vehicle, and y'all aren't hearing what I'm hearing. And I start looking, and sure enough, there it stands about 50, 60 yards off into the trees. I'm going to say 7 foot. I'm not going to say 8 foot. I'm going to say 7 foot. And it was just staring me down. Knowing me, I went ahead and went back into the woods toward it to try to get a little closer, to try to be able to see it. And of course, it moved away. It kept moving away, moving away, moving away. And I was like, "Good grief!" Let me put another link out there. I think somebody's wanting to come on. They can't find the link, and it just kept, moving. And it seems like whenever you're following them, they move away from you, but they do it methodically to where they get you to follow them. And I feel sometimes that maybe they're leading you into an ambush, a choke point, or as we like to say, an unalive area or an unalive box, or to be technical. And they may be leading you into that, into a funnel, because tactically, whenever you're trying to do something in the woods, you have what you call a unalive zone, a funnel zone, to where you try to funnel the enemy into that box. And that's the goal. And I believe that they do the same thing. So I'm a little hesitant at times to follow them, because I don't know their intentions. And I know a lot of people have a lot of different opinions than what I do, and that's absolutely great, because, I'll probably catch hell for saying this right now, but there is no experts in this field in the executive branch of society. Maybe in the judicial and higher, maybe where they have more access to things we don't. But in the executive branch, I believe that there is no experts because we don't have enough information to consider ourselves experts. I think that we have I would say probably the highest level we have in this genre would be knowers, and that is people that have seen them that know. But I don't think we have anything above that. And even if you do, I still don't think you have tangible evidence to be able to prove beyond a knower, beyond what most people would call firsthand information, which you know that firsthand information without tangible evidence is not considered 100% proof. So I don't think that we have any experts in the field right now in our genre of the field. I think the way
I
the
think
world is right now.
gathering information. I mean, we're still gathering information. Nobody knows 100% in this
Right.
genre.
And I also think that we're entering into the last days.
Yeah.
I don't like the word end times because end times could be thousands of years. That's too broad of a statement. I think I like the word end of days.
End of
And
days.
since we're in the end of days, I believe that the rules are going to change, and I believe they are here for the final judgment. They're just waiting to be able to go, no pun intended, rogue on everybody. And I think that there's stipulations that keep them in place. We got somebody asking me a question here. Hammer Time says, Mike, you remember the one live where you found what looked like a circular door? We all were telling to go around. The unalive box reminded me of that situation. I do remember that, Hammer Time. That was down in a location to where I haven't been able to get to in a while. But that location should be opening up pretty soon. It should be anyways. And I'm excited to be able to get back down into these locations for sure.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
Me too.
So does anybody else have any stories they would like to share? Any encounters that they would like to share, or any thoughts or even questions? If you would like to come on and ask questions about any of the shows, feel free to jump backstage and I'll do my best to answer for you. We've had some pretty wild boots on the grounds here lately. We've had a few things happen, but I would say pretty calm, except for the limb that got chunked out of me, which there's still some debate as if that was thrown at me or if maybe something was in that tree and accidentally broke the limb off and it was falling. So there's a little bit of debate on that. Either way, that doesn't make me feel any better.
Mike, we're trying to get Sassy Squatch to come on. She said she's a knower.
Okay, yeah. Let me drop the link again in there.
I wish you would. Sassy Squatch, come on, baby.
I am excited to hopefully be able to get that van bought here pretty soon and go on the road with the investigations and do some more in-depth investigations.
Me too. That's going to be a good thing if that happens. That'd be awesome.
I'm really interested in that. Really interested in that.
Yeah.
And after this show, everybody, if you would like to come back in later, not saying we're ending the show now, but if you wonder where it goes, I'm going to place this show unlisted after this show tonight, and I'm going to pull it off, and I'm going to edit it and shorten down the time where we was waiting, and then re-upload it to where we start the actual show. That way y'all can go watch it in a more pure form, because I don't want y'all just sitting there for 30 minutes waiting for a guest to show up. So I will fix that for you guys in the editing, and I'll re-release it. So be watching for that. So is Sassy going to come on, as she said?
I had yet said that I
Sunshine,
think
Sunshine, would you like to come on and tell us a story? I got to pick on Sunshine. Virginia, I am working on a partner as we speak. We just got to try to get everything lined out, make sure everything's going to work out. But we are working on that as we speak.
Sassy Squatch says I'm trying to come on.
All right, that sounds good. I'm excited. I love hearing people's encounters. First-hand encounters to me is like the cherry on top of all this, you know,
Oh
to
yeah.
get to hear people's actual encounters. Because if it's not a well-documented case where something happened and not, you know, the news media wasn't involved and it's not a known case, and somebody just comes out and says, let me tell you this story. Well, that's all it is a story. If you
That's
don't have
it.
anything to corroborate it, you don't have any patterns or any proof or anything, it's just a story. And I don't want to be a storyteller, you know.
No.
I don't mean that to sound bad, but I don't want to be a storyteller. I want to be an investigator that looks at tangible proof to find answers.
Right.
I agree.
So what got you how did you find the show, Rogue, while we're waiting for our guest to come on?
Well, I found it sort of by accident. I was actually watching Dee's Dark Adventures one night and was in the chat, and someone mentioned an episode that you had where you had I didn't know who you were or your channel, by the way, at the time, but it mentioned that some guy named Mike that was doing boots on the ground investigating got hit in the face or the mouth with a tree limb by a cryptid. And so I was like, what, you know, asking what was going on. And this person told me the name of your show and the episode, and I went and found it and watched it. And from then on, I was coming back every time you went boots on the ground, and it just kind of went from there. And that was probably started in the beginning of June. So yeah, I've been here since then, and that's how I found Abnormal Investigations.
I threatened to spank it that night.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember.
Yep.
Yeah, it did. It busted my lip really good.
Yep.
I went back and watched it. So
what did you think? I mean, do you think it was aggravated at me? You think I made it mad, or do you think it was
maybe just didn't want you in its space and was just trying to send a message? Yeah, I think it was intentional. I think you also did you not get hit by, like, when you were getting out of your vehicle with a clod of mud or something, or had something thrown at you as you were getting out of your vehicle? Something like that. I mean, yeah, I think they were watching you and nailing you with stuff, I guess, whenever they could. And just, I don't know if it was funny to them or they were just pissed off or what, but
right.
They were sending some sort of message, but
and Cheryl, like Cheryl said, she went on D's and told everyone, and it's people like Cheryl that are huge assets to this channel that do share us out like that.
Right.
Because you are what grows us. And Cheryl Wood, thank you so much for spreading us out there and advertising us. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate that a lot.
Yep.
Thank you, Cheryl.
So you, so when you found this show, was we different than most shows you've seen, or was we?
Yeah, you were. At that point in time, Dee was the only person that actually went out and did stuff, you know, I guess, I don't want to say boots on the ground is her style, but I mean, I wouldn't, because she kind of goes to state parks and things like that. And yours seemed more, I don't know, authentic. I guess you were the only other person, I guess, that went out in the woods, but you went off trail. You went out in the woods. You went where it was dangerous. You went, you know, you weren't walking on, I don't know, concrete or through, you know, where you could run out to the parking lot or whatever. And I love her stuff, but this is just so much more, and it's so much more real. And I'm just really glad I found it. And yeah, I haven't seen any other channels like this one. That's my personal opinion.
Different style, you know.
Yeah.
We're down there where the snakes are at and everything else too. The cougars and the mountain lions. And You know,
True.
there's definitely no trail markers where I'm at. Hey, we got Sassy Squatch backstage. Everybody, please welcome Sassy Squatch to the show.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can
Hey,
hear you.
Sassy.
Yes.
How's everybody doing? So, a little bit about my background. I was born and raised in Cherokee County, Oklahoma. So, if you're from Oklahoma, you might know where that is. Grew up in Welling. Had a lot of encounters, experiences. I'm really nervous about telling my story because I don't talk about my stories. But I do want to say one thing. You guys have been very welcoming, and I appreciate that. I love this channel. I love that you might go out. You're not afraid to go out. I too go out by myself. I don't have anybody with me. And sometimes it gets a little hairy, but I go out because it's something you have to do. You have to learn more. Once you have an encounter, over and over, I've had encounters since I was 7. I grew up on Cherokee land. I'm Cherokee. And we know these things exist. We don't normally mess with them. They normally don't mess with us. But growing up in Welling, we had a clan. We call them clans. And on our property. And they would roam from around Stillwell, Oklahoma, and they would come down to Welling area and back to where we would call the Boy Scout hole. And they would cross our property. We had about 10 acres back behind our house. It was all wooded. My mama didn't allow us to hunt back there. If we go back there, you couldn't go back very far, just because of safety issues. You never know what these things are going to do. They've never been aggressive or anything to us. But I do want to tell one of the encounters that I have a lot of trail cams because, like any other hunter, you always go out and you put out trail cams. And my daddy had a deer feeder out back, and he had a salt block and a mineral block. And I can say definitely they do not like mineral blocks. Every time my daddy put a mineral block out by his deer feeder, they would be thrown back into the yard. And now salt blocks, they do like salt blocks. We've had a couple come up and disappear. But anywho, I don't know if they like corn or if they hang out by the corn feeder for the deer. But one evening, I had gone out and I was putting up a trail cam for just to see what kind of deer come up. If we had any bucks back there, we're hunters. We like to eat venison, like to eat deer. And so I went out to put a trail cam up to see what kind of deer come to the feeder. I had my back to the woods. And all of a sudden, I got the little tingly feeling, the hair on the back of my neck started to stand up. And I knew something was around. I knew something was there. We have bobcats out there. We have, bears have been seen out there. You never know what's out there. But I had turned around and there was a big male. And we call them in Cherokee, we call them sucaloos. And he was sitting on the ground next to a tree. And I did not know what to do. I have never been that close to one. I've always seen them off in the distance, in the field, in the woods, walking, wherever. But I did not know what to do. I didn't know if I should run. I just did not know what to do. I made a howl. You know how you, woo, but I was like, Mom, just so I didn't it wasn't a scream. So this thing wouldn't do anything to me. So finally mom came out and she's like, what's going on? What is it? And I said, and I still had my back to this thing because I did not know what to do. And I told my mama, I said, look over my left shoulder, mama, but just do not point. Do not point. And she looked over my shoulder and she's like, oh my God, it's the big boy. And I said, yes. She calls them boys. I don't know why. But she's like, that's the big boy. And I said, yes, mama. Yes. I said, what do we do? And she said, well, I don't know. And so she, all of a sudden, she pointed and said, there's a female standing back behind the tree. There was a female a little bit further back from him, standing behind a tree, peeking around a tree. You could tell she was female because you could see her breasts. And at that time, the male growled at us. And it wasn't like he was sitting there growling. It's like he threw his growl at us and it was right here next to us. So I told her, I was like, let's go. Because I told you not to point. You done pointed. Let's just walk out of here together. And so we went back into the house. I grabbed my phone and I grabbed my daddy and I said, come here, I want to show you something. Growing up, anytime I would go after I moved away from my parents' home and I would go visit, I would always make a Bigfoot call. I don't know why. It was just something that I did. People call me Sassy Squatch because, I'll be looking for Bigfoot out in my Gucci boots. I guess that's why they call me. That's why they call me Sassy Squatch. But anywho, I had gone to get my phone. I got to get my daddy in. I said, real slowly, Daddy. I said, we're about to show you something because he always makes fun of me. Always, he would be the one to dress up in the hillbilly outfit to scare me. And so when we got out there, I said, look, there is something big and brown sitting at the tree. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what it is. I said, Daddy, that's a Sukaloo. That is what they call the Bigfoot. And he had like a cone-shaped head, but he did not have any fur on his face. It was plain. His eyes were big. He kept his head down a lot and just would look up at me, like side eye, look up. And
Wow.
yeah. And so we stood there and he never got up, never moved. The female kept like bobbing back and forth from the tree looking. And so finally we just was like, you know what, it's time to go. Let's just leave him alone. My daddy is like, just leave it alone. And we went back, Mama and I, we sat on the porch. And there were deer that would come up, and then we would see the deer shoot away back across the yard. I guess because he was still out there. But that is one of my encounters with one like face to face. And
Wow.
yeah, I've had several encounters in my life, and I've had several face to face encounters. But I've never had one that was aggressive. And
Really?
yeah, and I've even was, I don't know like feet how close, but I was probably maybe 30 feet from a baby.
Oh
And
man.
the mother was right beside me, and I never knew it. But again, I just let the baby alone and just backed off. Like, I'm not going to hurt you. You're fine. I'm gonna back away now. But anyhow, when I went and grabbed my daddy, I did grab my phone and I was able to record the experience. So, and I also was able to record my experience with my baby, and that's how I knew that the mother was right there reviewing the video afterwards.
Oh wow. So you have video of this?
I do have video. I have a lot of videos because, like I said, I go out by myself. I go out during the day. I'll go out at night. Um, I I'm really not scared. Now, if I ever came across a dog man or something like that, I would probably pee myself. But other than that, the Bigfoots don't scare me. I guess because I've grown up with with knowing that they existed and that they actually used to trade back and forth with the Cherokee people. And I used to when I know a medicine man there in Welling that I would go and get tobacco from, and I would take the tobacco out and leave as gifts for them.
Right.
So
So
yeah.
how would you describe them? What do they look like? Like how would you the characteristics of them?
So the baby was completely covered in hair except for the eyes. And you could only see, and I don't know if it was a male or a female baby, but you could only see the eyes. The rest of the face was covered in hair. Now, the big man and the woman that I saw did not have any facial hair. And the man, to me, I describe it as looking like what was was it the cowardly lion on Wizard of Oz? Like
Uh-huh.
that's what his face looked like, the cowardly lion on the Wizard of Oz. And and
Oh
Wow.
the
wow.
and the woman too. She didn't have any hair on her face either.
That's
So
interesting.
Wow.
yeah.
I'm glad you said that, Sassy, because my granny, my great grandpa was full blood Cherokee, and I'm Cherokee. And when we would talk about at my granny's house, we had a lot of things that went on, and she would always tell us stories, and she would say, now, she would call them Sasquatch or she'd say Bigfoot, but she'd say, you don't really have to worry about those. She said, if you're out and you're fishing and you got a fire or whatever, she said, they might walk around you. They might throw little sticks at you or they might watch you. But she said, you really don't have to worry about them. But she always would make it very clear. She'd say, but those other things, they will hurt you. But it
And
was
I'm
like,
sure
but
there are some out there that will hurt you. I'm sure there's bad.
Yeah.
have you ever heard them talk?
I've heard chatter.
Huh?
I've heard chatter. But what else is very interesting is I heard a female voice say hello in English.
That's yes. Wow. See, you're talking about things I've experienced as a kid
Yeah.
at my granny's house because we would hear them talk, but they wouldn't like have it was one word, never two words, never a sentence, but it would be
hmm
like,
hmm
hello, or it would say like my mom's name, like K,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just regular words, one word.
hmm
And my granny's name,
Yeah.
it
I've
would
heard
stand
my
out.
name too be called.
Really?
hmm Yeah.
So do you live in the country or in town?
I right now I live in Ohio and in North Carolina. So
Okay,
I
so not
travel.
no.
I travel from Oklahoma to Ohio to North Carolina.
Oh wow, so you do some traveling. So in
I do.
Oklahoma,
Yes.
have they followed you to your home, and have they followed you any
Oh,
further than Oklahoma?
yes. I've had several encounters here in Ohio as well. And let me tell you something. I do not believe that they followed me home, but one night
Uh-huh.
I had a buzzard following me home. A buzzard followed me from a park that I'm investigating, followed
Uh-huh.
me home, and 1 week later, I had a sighting of a female.
Wow.
So I believe they use animals. That's just one thing that I believe. I don't think that the cichlid followed me physically. I
Right.
think that buzzard followed me and went back to her. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's what
Well,
happened.
excuse me. I don't think that to me it doesn't because I come from the Bird clan of the Cherokee. That's the clan I'm
Okay.
from,
Okay.
and I was always associated in, the birds, the crows, all the birds, the buzzards and all that. And
Yes, the buzzard is like my spirit animal. A buzzard.
okay, right. And, my great grandpa would always tell me, now he'd say, he was, full blood Cherokee. He spoke Cherokee fluently. He did not like to speak English, but when
Good for
he
him.
would, he would say, those damn crows will tell on you,
Yes, yes,
He
they
was-
will. They will absolutely tell on you.
Oh yeah, he would always say those damn crows,
Right.
and if there was an owl outside, he was going to blast that owl. That owl was going to get smoked,
One interesting thing also growing up, I used to hoot like the barn owls, and I would
Uh-huh.
always get the hoots back. And my
Wow.
mom would say, "That's the big boy. He's hooting back at you."
Oh my God! See, I hear owls all the time out here when I'm doing that, and when I hear the owls, that's when the activity really ramps up.
Yeah, yeah. It's not only owls. Be careful.
So, Sassy, I'm having a special show in October for
Mhm.
the October Blast. Would you like to come on in October and bring some of your video clips and stuff and explain them to us and everything? We would love to have you back.
I might have to think about it. That's kind of ways off. Not sure what I'll be doing then, but yeah, definitely. But I also want to say, the other night when you had the picture of the looked like a little boy and a dog.
Uh-huh.
I have an exact picture just like that, but I believe that was a little person with a dog.
Really?
Yeah, I accidentally took that picture. I was walking in the woods
Wow.
and I was taking pictures, and I caught something really interesting that I've only shown one other person that is in this field. And they were like, "I do not know what that is." They were also Cherokee. They said that could very well be a little person, and that dog was not a real dog. It was kind of like a ghost dog.
Okay,
Wow.
that's kind of what I thought I seen too.
Yes, yes, yes. So when you were
So,
talking about that, I was like, "That is really
wow.
interesting. Really
Wow.
interesting."
So, do you have a YouTube page or
I
a
do
Facebook
not.
page?
No. I don't.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
share any of my stories. This is like the first time I've ever shared stories with
well,
strangers.
well, that lets me know that you are Cherokee, because I was told all growing up, you can tell these stories to the white man, but you can't tell these. There
Right.
there
Yeah.
was there's rules, and
Exactly. Yeah.
I never told the ones I wasn't supposed to.
Right.
I love my people,
Absolutely. Yes.
and it's good to meet you.
So if I
That's
come
just,
on and I say, "Yo, the God," you'll know what I'm saying.
yes,
Yeah.
yep. And it's so good to see you and to hear your stories. It brought back so many memories to me, and it's so good to speak to a knower. And if you are interested in coming back in October or anytime, give me an email. My email is you probably know what my email is, but
Yeah. Abnormal investigation 77@gmail.com. I got
yep,
you.
it's plural. Abnormal investigations. A lot of people forget the S, but I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much for coming on tonight and sharing your stories. I appreciate
No
that.
problem. I've only been here a short time, and you are the only show that I actually watch because you are actually out there on the ground, and you're not afraid to be out there. And there's a couple of times that I was really scared for you because I was like, "You got to get out, Mike. You have got to get out."
Yeah,
Because some of these things that you come across, I don't know if it would be paranormal. I don't believe that some of these things are just things we don't speak about, so I'm trying to, say what exactly it is I think that they are, but yeah.
I messed up and accidentally said the bad word one time in the house, and Grandpa, oh my God, he came out of the chair. I said skeely, and
You don't say those
yeah,
things. Yeah.
no, he let me know real quick. He was like, "No, you don't say that. You don't speak that word. You know, you don't give it place." And yeah, he got
Right.
very upset. And he got the tobacco. And yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
very angry at me. And but yeah, he passed away at 97,
Oh,
and
wow.
the reason he died is he got bit by a rattlesnake on the foot,
Oh,
and
my goodness.
he would not go to a white man's doctor.
Right. Right.
And so he went and picked his own herbs and stuff out in the field, and he made his own concoction, and he stuck his foot in it, and he didn't
Mm-hmm.
get sick. It really didn't. But he got a secondary infection from the bite,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
and he wouldn't go to the doctor, and
See,
he
I don't
died
go
from
to, yeah,
gangrene.
that would
Yeah,
probably be me
Yeah.
too, because I don't go to the doctor either. I do herbs and,
that's what he did. Yep.
sage
He
and
said
tobacco and stuff. Yeah.
the Creator gave us everything we needed out in the woods.
Yeah, absolutely did.
You
Absolutely.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right, Sassy. Well, I'm going to let you run. And again, thank you so much for coming on tonight, and God bless you. And I'd love to have you back. And thank you for being a supporter. We really appreciate you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sassy.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you, Sa-
welcome. Y'all have a great rest of your night, and I can't wait for the live tomorrow. You said, are we going on boots on the ground again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yep.
sounds good. I'm
All right.
excited.
Hey, we'll
All
see you
right.
then.
We'll see you there.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your night.
Good
You
night.
Okay.
too. Good night. Guys, next we have backstage is Tammy. We're going to bring her on. So everybody welcome Tammy to the show.
Hello, Tammy.
How's it going?
Hey.
How's it going?
Hey,
There you
Tammy.
are.
Yeah, I've got the Bigfoot, Dogman, I've got a lake out here.
Wow.
It's like I've got pictures of them all too. They are wonderful. It's like right across the street from where I live at. I've got with Bigfoot all of my life. I've gone. I've, I've seen them in California. I've seen them in Arkansas. Like my daughter is there and she's seen them seeing Bigfoot too. Like it's not. She doesn't know what
I can't hardly hear her.
I don't know if my mic is acting up or what. Does that help?
Just a little better.
Yeah, we dealt with Bigfoot and everything. I got a couple of Dogman.
Yeah, I still can't hear you. People can't hear you, Tammy. For some reason, you're very low.
I don't know. Let me check my. Is that helping?
No, it sounds like you're turned, like your volume's turned all the way down.
I got it a little bit.
That's really strange.
Yeah, it is.
I've got it turned up.
That's better.
That was a little better.
I've got to move my closer. Does that help? We got all kinds of groups around here.
So you have a lot of. You say you have a lot of dogmen around you.
Dogman and Bigfoot.
Really.
Yes. They're even
I can't hear.
Yeah, we lost you again, Tammy.
Let me try. I'll call you back.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
All right.
Tammy.
Yeah, we'll be right here.
All right.
Wow, Sassy Squatch brought back a lot of memories for me. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
wow.
I bet
I'm gonna
you
have to.
got some stories to tell. What you bet?
Oh, I would love to sit down with her. Yeah,
Me
I would
too.
probably drive her crazy. And anytime y'all's got a question, just feel free to jump in. I know I talk a lot, but and you also, Rogue. You can talk if you want to.
I've just been listening to everybody else.
Me too. It's interesting.
I'm here.
I'm gonna pay for that one. Good night, Hammer. Love you, brother. Thank you for everything you do, man. Thank you for being here tonight. Man, I love hearing those personal encounters. Those are what gets me going, because those are real people, real encounters, real experience, and it just really, really gets you going.
Absolutely.
And we got Sharon Guy coming on. She's backstage. Not really. I wish she was.
I wish.
You know what, though? I am going to admit that my next time I go boots on the ground, which is going to be tomorrow night, I'm leaving out later, so it's going to be dark when we get there. Of course, I'll go put cameras out before I get there for security reasons. But now when I hear the hoot owls, after hearing so many of the Cherokee people, my people, telling,
Yeah.
hey, those aren't hoot owls. How many times have we said those are not hoot owls? Let's see if
Yeah.
Tammy will work better now.
Is that better?
Yes.
That's better.
All right. I had to change onto my phone.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, we've got a family group of Dogman and Bigfoot around here. And they've even been spotted down by the Mississippi River.
Wow.
And I'm right on the Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been dealing with Bigfoot all my life in California and in Arkansas too.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So the Dogman. When was your first encounter with the Dogman, and how would you describe him?
When he came up my window.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. That's not an
all over me.
Yeah, that's not an introduction you want right there.
No. That was about 3 years ago. And I've been dealing with it ever since on a nightly deal.
Wow.
It catches me off guard every time. I can sense it there before I hear it.
Does it tap on your window and things, or what does it do to get your attention?
It taps onto my bedroom window.
That's typical. Yeah.
And that catches me off guard every time because it gets my dogs growling and everything.
Yeah.
And my dog.
What did it look like? How would you describe what you seen?
Oh, I saw these eyes looking at me, the pointy ears, and it growled. It's like, no thank you. I just kind of like turned away. And it's like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. But I know every time I go outside at night, it's like, no thank you, because I feel like I'm being watched. And that catches me off guard because it's like,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't,
scary.
I don't like taking my dogs outside at night.
I can imagine.
I got four small dogs here, and it's like, no, they are my babies.
Right.
And it's
That's
like,
right.
and a neighbor of mine, she found her dog dead a couple weeks ago,
Oh no.
and by what the vet said, that it died from shock, like something scared it.
Right.
I can see that. Yeah. That would
And
me. My first thing to do. I'd die of shock. Yeah. Poor baby. That poor baby.
and it's like, I don't even, I mean, because these are my babies here, and it's
Yeah.
like, all I think now is my granddaughter sleeps beside my bedroom. It's like, go away. Don't be,
Mhm.
don't be coming around here, because she sleeps in there. She's only 4 months old. It's like, no. It's
Yeah, it's
like,
terrifying.
I've got pictures of these Dogman and Bigfoot and this rake across the street. So,
Oh wow.
because I got a cemetery with woods right in back of it, and these woods, they go for miles. And
Wow.
it's like, nah, just stay back there, leave us alone.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
I'm too much of a light sleeper too.
Yeah.
So, and I just don't like dealing with this stuff. It's like, well, I'm half Cheyenne and half German, so that's where I get the blonde hair from. Was from my mom.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, but I've got the Indian temper, that's for sure, and I get visions and stuff, and it's like I I deal with those on a nightly basis, and I got my grandma's dream visions. So,
Hmm.
but these dog men, they're pretty good size. They're up to 10 foot tall here,
Ooh,
and
Wow.
so it's
that's
like,
big.
no thank you, because I've got pictures of it with a pup.
With a pup.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it's like it just makes me nervous. So
Well, I sure hope you can get rid of them, or at least they will go away, and you don't have to deal with that nightly. I know that can be very traumatizing, and it make
Yeah.
a lot of anxiety. Also, especially having little children around, for sure.
yeah, I've got three little kids here. They're the ages 12, 8, and 4 months. And
Oh
it's
wow.
like, so I worry about them, but they ain't, they have nothing to worry about. It seems to be like hanging around my window. It's like, stop. I don't
I
know
wonder
if
what
Yeah.
it is
I
that
don't
attracts
know.
them. That attracts them to you.
I don't
Does
know.
it? Scott Lee wants to know: does it look like a German Shepherd dog, or does it look like a wolf?
It looks like a wolf.
Like a wolf.
Wow.
I know
Uh,
what
Sa-
wolves. I know what wolves sound like because I raised one. So
oh, okay. Do you get a lot of howls and stuff at night around your house?
yeah, there's a lot.
And Sassy Squatch said, do they slap the side of your house?
It scratches my window
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's
like it's letting me know it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think maybe they they enjoy
Yeah.
maybe scaring you, maybe?
I try not to show fear. I try not to. So that's just that's, I I don't want to show fear. So
Uh-huh. You're definitely Cheyenne.
Yeah.
like
You got that
I
warrior. You got that warrior blood.
Yeah.
yeah. I but it's not something that I don't want to show fear to.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Absolutely.
understand that. You don't want to show them your weakness. I understand that for sure.
Mhm.
And like I just like okay and turn away. That's all I do. It's like forget you. I'm not gonna acknowledge you or nothing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was what my grandpa told me. He always said, "Don't give them place."
That's it.
It's like
Stay strong.
I
Don't you
just
think,
don't like.
Tammy? Don't you think that's
Well,
pretty cool though? How you're Cheyenne and I'm Cherokee, and we've all dealt with the same thing. And it's like your people and my people, they all said the same thing. You know, don't show them fear, don't give them place. You know, I think that's cool.
it's like never take your eye off. Never turn your back on them either, because
Right.
they're split.
Absolutely. Well, Tammy, thank you for coming on and sharing that. And I sure hope that they go away and you don't have to deal with them.
Right.
Just keep your doors locked and your windows locked and stay in at nighttime.
But the only thing is, I sleep with my bedroom window open.
Oh, no.
so I
Oh,
can get the air.
I can do that.
I couldn't do that either.
Oh, no.
I gotta get that air because this time as my bedroom gets really warm, it's like I gotta get that cool air coming in
Right.
at
Yeah.
night. So
Yeah,
I'd be afraid something else would come in. I'd
I
be
know,
scared.
right?
Yeah.
that's the way I've been. I even sleep with my window open some during the wintertime too.
Yeah.
So because
Mhm.
my
Oh,
bedroom
wow.
gets really hot. It's like I
Yeah.
can't deal with that.
Right.
So,
I understand that. I don't like the heat either at all.
No.
so I gotta have that breeze
Yeah.
coming
Me
in.
too. All
Well, I
right,
hope
Tammy.
everything
Well,
works out for you, Tammy. I hope you can keep them at bay and just plead the blood. Just plead the blood of Jesus
Well,
Christ. That's all you can do.
I've got my dream catchers up and stuff like that. It's like I got my Native American stuff hanging up on my walls.
Yeah.
good.
It's like
Well,
Yeah.
all right. Well, Tammy, thank you for stopping by tonight. We appreciate it a whole lot.
Thank you,
oh,
Tammy.
thank you. Thank you.
Nice
Yep.
seeing you here.
Yeah, nice
Oh,
to
you
meet
too.
you. And
Yeah.
thank you for your thank you for your support. And you
Oh,
have
yeah.
a great night. And God bless you. And we'll see you tomorrow night on the Boots on the Ground.
All right. I'll be there.
Yes, ma'am.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, dear.
Guys, I like these kind of nights almost more than I do the guest nights. This is very very informative. I get to hear from our supporters and the encounters that they've had. I think it's amazing.
I just think it blows my mind that the amount of people that are having encounters that won't even speak. I mean, that's what blows my mind. And when they do, it's like, wow, I never would have thought they had an encounter.
Right.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's not just in a few states. It's all over.
Hmm.
And
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know I have something behind me back here. I don't know what it is in the woods, but it's been heard howling and making noises, and I've seen what I think might be footprints. It is pretty scary. I mean, and I'm just right here, and they're right behind me, and I don't want an encounter, but I have a feeling I'm going to end up with one because they're here, 100%.
Right.
I'm in Alabama, and they're here.
Well, they're definitely there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I walk my dog too much at night to probably not have for it to happen. I'm sure it's going to happen eventually. Oh, am I having trouble again?
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to have an encounter. I mean, I've heard quite a bit back here behind me in the woods, and you can see trails that look. I know what deer print looks like. I know what dogs look like. I know cats.
Right.
These are just different. These are different. They're larger. They're huge. And you see two trails going in the woods behind me that's too wide to just to be a little short animal because it's not low like they cleaned out a little path. It's a big area where you can tell something's literally going through the woods.
Exactly.
And I know they're here. I know there's one probably 5 miles from me. I live in the area that everybody probably has heard of the Alabama White Thing, and I do believe
Yeah.
that is over here close to me. I've had several people see it, and it is white and it is big.
I must be saying something tonight that's aggravating the internet gods because I keep getting booted a whole lot when we start talking about this. I don't know. I think that we might be, causing some clowns' hemorrhoids to flare up or something. I'm not sure.
Something's going on. Something's going on.
Gotta get some preparation H or something on that rash.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to get somebody to hold that belly up for you while you put it on. But anyway,
That's okay. That's okay.
maybe we can get Bigfoot to help out. So, does anybody else in the chat have an encounter they would like to share with us? Anybody? We would love to hear your encounters tonight. We're just having an open mic visit night. I guess we're just going to have to we're going to name the thumbnail, I think, tonight, Jack with Mike, Nanny Pam, and Rogue.
Sounds good.
I love it.
Let's do it. Oh, man.
But no, I do love hearing people's personal encounters. I mean, whenever I'm at the safety of my desk right now and I'm not out in the woods, but you all actually are giving me some things to think about while I'm going to be in the woods next time. The hoot owls, is it really hoot owls? And
no, how many times have I told you there is no way that some of those hoots you're hearing is a hoot owl? There's no way. They're too.
They sound far too big. Like the lungs are far too large. Too much air moving through to be an owl.
Yes, sir. It is absolutely, and I've told you that 100 times. And I know you know it too. I mean, you've heard it as much as we have. But those deep ones that sounds like they weigh 800 pounds. No, that's not an owl. There's no way.
Right.
It sounds like it's something imitating an owl, like it's trying to sound like one, not like it's really one.
It really is.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because I was getting ready to ask y'all, do some of those owl sounds not sound off to you guys? Like, it's just not, it don't sound like an owl. It sounds like something, like what Rogue said, like something is trying to imitate that sound. It's like, because, I'll hear an owl when I'm out there sometimes, and I'll be like, that's an owl. And I know that's an owl. I'm like, that's an owl. But then you hear that one, and you're like,
mm-hmm.
You remember the night you heard the owl or heard something, and then all of a sudden, cops after they got choked? That's not an owl.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Scott Lee, good night, man. We love you too, and we appreciate your support. Thank you for joining us tonight,
Yeah.
and we hope to see you tomorrow night, man. God bless you.
Thank you, Scott.
But
Yeah.
you know, yeah, and I'm hoping that that a big hoot owl, because I think there's a hoot owl after her. I really do. I
Yeah.
think there's I think a hoot owl down there in Louisiana's got the red ass for Sharon. She's done something to it.
It was some Louisiana cooking what it's on.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Gabriel, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. I hope to see you tomorrow night. God bless you and thank you for the support. We appreciate you very much. Night, Scott. Scott's leaving out. Good night, Scott. Thank you for stopping by. I can't find your chat, but thank you for stopping by, and we appreciate you showing up. God bless you also. But yeah, I think that if Sharon Guy goes missing, we need to look to the skies for that great hoot owl that's going to have her in its claws flying around with her. Tammy says she's got prints by her van, and you can see the claws. They ain't small claws.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Do you all remember when I first started doing all my videos and investigations on here? Do y'all remember whenever the guy had me investigate at his tent down on the lake and what had happened to his truck and those feet print that we found? Do you remember that?
Yep, I do.
His truck took substantial damage that night from whatever that was.
Yeah.
It was the feet print. I remember the claws on the feet, and I don't know if Rogue knows, but it had smashed the side of his truck in, I think, and it broke his window. Right?
I think so. Yes, I think you're right.
I don't know if this was before I came around or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it busted the window on this truck, and it dented in the side. And they actually asked me to come down because I think I was going to fish there or do something. And they said, well, we're going to be here for the night. And I said, can I come back tomorrow? Something happened. I have to go watch. I remember I went back the next day and they were packing up. They were leaving. They're like, we ain't staying down here no more. We're leaving, and they were pretty panicked. And I was like, what, what's going on? They're like, look at these feet print. And they showed me where their tent was at. Right. And where their tent was at, I'm talking, there was some big prints. Wow. And but I think it was 3 toes. I need to go back and watch that video, but I think it was 3 toes.
I'm thinking it was 3 toes. Yeah.
The thing had claws on it that long, bipedal. They were 8 to 12 inches long. Mm-hmm. And they sliced through the mud. It had a mid-tarsal break also. Of the footprints. Every footprint had a mid-tarsal break. And they said that night they could hear it walking around their tent, breathing really, really hard. And,
oh my gosh!
Yeah, one of them went to the tent, and they just like zipped themselves in. And he said, "We're sitting there with this light in our tent." He said, "We're scared to death." And I think they had guns, and they said, we didn't even want to go to our truck. They didn't even want to leave the tent to go to their truck. Then they said you could hear this thing walking, circling their tent and their truck, and it's going. They're like, you can hear this big thing breathing, walking around, right? So then they hear boom.
Mm-mm.
They knew something had hit their truck. That truck was their only way out of there, right? That's your lifeline. That's your lifeline.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then they hear the window bust. The window smashes. So they knew at that point, this thing is tearing up our only way out of here. Mm-hmm. And I think, didn't they shoot a shot off or something? I don't remember. They'd done something.
I don't remember.
that caused it to run off or leave or something. But at daylight, they were packing up and they were leaving. They were like, "We
Yeah.
ain't staying down here no more. We're not never coming back here." And I got photos on that video of their truck and their window that was busted, and their truck took a lot of damage.
So
A
they
lot
never
of
got a
damage.
peek of it or anything. Just the feet, the claws, and the breathing. Just the.
It seems like they saw it through their tent. Now, it's been a while since I've done this video, so I've had a lot of other stories before, but just in my mind, it seems like they saw the shadow of it, and they
Mhm.
said it had a big snout, like a big dog walking around their tent. And what's crazy is where this happened at is the same place me and the boys was at, where those things stood up in that pack and went bipedal.
Really?
Same place, very
Wow.
same place. Yeah,
That's wild. That's wild.
That
Yep.
is-
very,
Wow.
very, very same place.
Yeah. And didn't they
And
have children with them? That's why they were so scared. Their kids was with them and everything.
yeah, I
with
think they did. They did have
them.
kids
I
with them.
think they did have kids with them.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. They were terrified when I interviewed them. They were terrified. And you know, I have another video that was sent to me by a gentleman that said he was a deputy sheriff. He sent me a video of a dead Sasquatch, allegedly. And I put the photo out. I still have the photo somewhere. I have to find it. But he allegedly, and I say allegedly because he had been known to be full of shit, but he allegedly had sent me a full of corn a video of a dead Sasquatch, and we may look at that one night and examine that and see what everybody thinks. But
Yeah.
you never own corn. You never own corn. You only borrow it. And you know, so that was one of the things that he had said, and we'll end up looking over that some night and see what we think.
For sure.
But you know, it's hard. Yeah, you have to be careful with some things, especially when somebody is known to have their pants on fire sometimes. But
Oh yeah.
we'll look at that, and see what we think, because there is a lot of that. But
Yeah.
the bridge. Tell us about the bridge, Pam. What do you not like about Troll Bridge? Every time I go there, guys, I know you guys aren't hearing it in the chat. We're giving you some behind the scenes right now. We're going behind the scenes since we're on here just chatting tonight. Pam, tell them the I guess the persuasion that you all try to give me when I say I'm going to the bridge. I know I'm going to hear it.
I hate everything about that bridge. So does Sharon. I don't know. It's evil. I feel evil. I feel the heaviness. And I beg you not to go to that bridge every time. But yeah, you go. There's no end in such. You beat yourself up all the time. But I hate that bridge. It's just terrifying to me. I can feel the evil there. I just feel like there's something bad there at that place. A couple of bridges I don't like at all.
What about the
I've
back
seen too
bridge?
much. You've seen too much there. You've seen a lot, and I have too. Like things with no head. No. I mean, this is too much there.
I was watching something tonight, or let me get my days right. Last night, there was a documentary, and it was a documentary. These people had said they seen these creatures in the woods. These creatures were these brown, furry creatures, and they did not draw necks and heads on them. They drew their eyes, nose, and mouth on their chest.
Wow.
And they said that's what they would see. And I got to wondering, is that what Kaylee seen that night? And is that why she thought that it did not have a head? Because it was,
It could be. That's right.
A lot of people don't know this, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. You know how I am. So Michelangelo, right? He was known, whenever he was an artist, of capturing the human body of animals and everything that he painted. He was very technical at his painting, to the point he would take a candle down in the basement back then, where all the dead bodies were at, waiting to be buried, and he would cut flesh off of them just to see how the muscles and everything attached to the human body, so that when he would do how to paint them as precise as he could. He was known not to be a fiction painter. He painted things he had seen.
Yeah.
So, or that he knew or thought to be true. He also, in the Catholic Church, one of the oldest Catholic churches, he painted, and now there's different names for these: a Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Wild Man, Swahito, a lot of different names, but it's the same thing. But he did paint this creature behind the crucifix of Jesus on there when he was crucified. This creature was placed behind the cross. And that leads a lot known about these since their existence, because also in the pews of their church, the wild man is engraved in each one of them.
Really?
And one of the things that the wild man is doing is he's holding a tree stump as a club. They depict him as using it as a weapon. Well, how many times in the woods have we seen tree trunks turned upside down, shoved into the ground, and, you know, wood thrown at people, you know?
Right.
So, did the Catholic Church know about these? And I'm not going to go all the way down this rabbit hole tonight. This will be probably a Patreon, because I would get in trouble if I go too far. But if you go back, and there's a verse in the Bible where they're talking. The King James Version is one of the most used Bibles in Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
There is translations in it that are not correct, that do not match up with the Hebrew translation. But if you go back in one of the translations, it actually says the hairy man of the woods. I think it's Swado.
Mm-hmm.
It's in there.
Wow.
And it's very interesting, and we may take a dive down that on Patreon with you and Rogue, give you guys a chance to look over it, so you're not just off guard. You'll be able to have some literature. I could just
That's interesting.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Please.
can I throw you under the bus tonight, Rogue? Is that okay?
Well, you will anyway, so go ahead. I don't mind.
Y'all should have heard what she told me the first night she came on. She's like, "Don't throw me under the bus," and it wasn't like she was asking; it was almost like a threat. She was like, "Don't throw me under the bus." So I was like, "Why did you think I would do that?" She's like, "I've watched your show."
Very well.
I was pre-warned not to throw her under the bus. But I think one of these nights, guys, we really need to get Sharon Guy on the show. I would love to have Sharon Guy on the show. Lordy.
Me
That would
too.
Awesome show.
We'll have to get her on some night.
Yeah.
Tammy's right. You know, all these cryptids are being spotted in every state.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually I would love to get an office set up, or, you know, something like that, a stationary office, and maybe do like a big map back here, and we could do some pins in places that we investigate ourselves and what we find.
Oh yeah.
And see if we can, tie it all together, you know.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be very interesting. I think it really would. There we go, right there, Ken. Thank you, Ken, for that. Luke 21:11, fearful sights, translated back to the original Greek, is golly, you're going to make me use that hard word, phobitron, which means scary monsters. So a lot of it was hidden from us in translation. And, you know, and there's another story right there. Cheryl Wood says, anybody familiar with the Epic of Gilgamesh? That's another one I think we could go down. I should be taking notes right now. I think a lot of these we should explore, but we should explore them on Patreon.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I couldn't get to the mic fast enough on that one. So the camera, guys, we're calling this the creature cam, right?
Yep.
So all of you Patreon members and YouTube members, you have over an hour of evidence to go through now. I've uploaded it to the YouTube members and the Patreon members. Listen to this. Where's the creature cam going next? We're getting ready to put it back out, and you guys are going to get it first. I don't go through these. You can ask Pam. I don't go through this. I upload it, and I give it to you guys because I don't have time to go through it or the anxiety or the patience. But I'm going to let Rogue tell you just a little bit about what she's seen, and then we'll let Pam tell you a little bit about what she has seen on this over an hour of footage that I've released on the well. So, Rogue, I'm going to throw you under the bus and let you tell us a little bit.
Well, I think the cool thing about this is you're letting us get first dibs at this before, any opinions are formed or, anything like that. So we're free to see whatever we see because everyone's going to see something different. Now, I actually have not looked through every single bit of it, all over an hour's worth. I looked through the first little bit and then got sidetracked to something else, just being honest. But it was, there seemed to be some movement around the camera, something that kept coming up that I know you guys thought maybe was a brown finger or something maybe with hair on it or something like that. To me, it looked like a dead leaf or something that was blowing up. It could have been anything, or it could have been a deer. I don't know, walking by underneath it, because it was the same exact shade to me of brown that deer appeared to be. I mean, it really could have been anything. And I was watching some of the vines on the trees that were reflecting in the shadows and seeing those things blowing while that thing was coming up, while that brown piece was coming up under the lens. I was thinking, maybe it really was a piece of something blowing. I mean, I don't know. Could have been anything. And then there seemed to be some movement back in the back right somewhere. Something Pam mentioned, seeing the same thing back behind the trees. Some kind of a dark figure. I couldn't make out what it was at all, but something was moving around back there. I don't know. I'd like to look at it some more when I have some time to sit down and look at every single one. Because, I mean, there's so much to look at. And I don't know. So I'm going to take a look at it again, but...
There was some people said, Rogue, that they heard what sounded like bipedal walking on the audio of the camera, because the camera does have audio, photos, and video, guys, that it releases. That's what y'all are getting to see and hear.
Yeah, I heard the same. I could hear walking. I heard walking, and I don't know what that was at the bottom. I mean, it could be a leaf, but it's kind of strange that it happens quite a bit, and it sounds like something's moving the camera. It don't just sound like a leaf flipping into the camera to me. It sounds like movement, and you can see it wiggle a little. I don't know. I'm not finished with it yet. I'm still going through it. I'm trying to really scrutinize it all, but I mean, it's interesting, very interesting. And I did see something. Not sure what it was. Like in some of the videos, you can see it in the back right corner. There's some movement. It is dark.
Yes.
And it doesn't look like something natural in the forest.
Yeah, it looks like it does not belong.
Right. Yes. So this is an interesting little take here you got going on. That's very interesting, Mike.
Yeah, people seem to be really enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm going to throw this out there, and this, I hope it doesn't ruin it for anybody. I had a person contact me today, and they said that they were 3/4 of the way through viewing some of the footage I had dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just brought up in chat too. So now I know there's 2 people saying this.
Yeah.
This is going to blow your all's mind. People are saying they have seen a naked woman materialize above the well.
Really?
That's what they're saying.
Awesome.
That
goes kind of like something in that photo that we looked at the other night.
Yep.
Well,
makes you wonder.
What I mean,
It
what
really
do you
does.
think? What do you think, though? I mean, if more people than us are seeing it,
Yep.
Then it's got to
Oh,
be
yeah.
something.
Yes.
I mean,
Very
did
much
you
so.
all? Because they said they watched the woman manifest at the well in the video of the tree cam, and I'm like,
Wow.
send me the timestamp. I want to see that.
I want to
Yeah.
see
see that.
this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen it. And
I haven't.
somebody in chat, if whoever said it in chat, said they thought they saw something cloak or materialize. I'm sure everybody would love it if you have a timestamp to that, because I think a lot of people are going to be interested in that. I'm definitely interested in that because I want to see if I see something come from uncloaked and I see something, yeah, that's going to
Yeah.
change everything. That
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's gonna bother me
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've got to
because
find out about that. Y'all, please send that timestamp so we can
Yeah.
find it, please.
I would love to see what is really there. You know what I mean?
I think maybe you
Well,
need to do some investigating on something about that property from way back when. I think you probably could get a few answers there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we may have to look at the background of that property and going down there and seeing what kind of history that property has. Because
Yeah.
I'm thinking there has to be something dark that has went on there.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And something with the well. Now, we're not going to be able to put a camera at the well for a while now because now that our clowns know that we're doing it. And, I can always go down there and I can set a bunch of cameras. And if we catch somebody stealing the cameras, the sheriff's department has informed me I can press charges for theft.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if we have to do that, we will do that because my cameras are nice and they were donated. And Pam, thank you. They send photos, video, and everything directly to my cell phone live, so I will know exactly who it is. And also,
Yeah.
I set like 4 at a time where I can catch different angles, even on the road for tag numbers. So we set up a grid. It's all set up ahead of time. So we know that we have to do that. There's the photo of the female that everybody was saying they seen at the well. I did not say what it was. We did not say. We left it for your all's judgment, and everybody seemed to see the same thing.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm. It is very apparent. Very apparent. Clear as a bell.
Yeah.
And from that view right there, you're actually, okay, from where the camera's at, whenever you go look at the camera that I've dropped to everybody, you're looking the opposite direction. I'm looking from the front of the well forward. The camera that you all are going to be viewing is actually behind her looking at the well. So if somebody actually seen her materialize at this well, that's pretty freaky, man. Especially, I would rather somebody say they seen her crawl out of the well or walk up to the well rather than just materialize at the well. For me, anyway, that's not as scary to me. And then, of course, you have, this thing here that seems to be coming out of the ground. Would that be something materializing?
Could be. Very well could be.
Yeah, on its way to turn it into something because it doesn't look like anything to me right now, but just a black figure. But
do you think maybe it's her?
Well,
possibly,
that's what I was
possibly.
going to say because you notice the other one you shown, there is something dark behind one of her legs. So what is that? What is that thing?
Right. Then right there, you got the little gnome that seems to be running up toward the well.
And you can even see the bottom of the foot and the legs on that thing. Come on. That's
Right.
like,
He looks like he's climbing on up there. Yeah.
So, I mean, what is up? I guess we need to look and see if there's a lot of things that go on with whales. And guess what I happen to have, Sassy, if you're still in the chat. Sassy Squatch, there you go. That's for you.
Mm-hmm.
She
That's
caught
scary.
the same thing, different location. That right there was caught by Hammer Time guys. He sent that to us, so I want to give him credit for that photo.
Yes,
But
Hammer, you did.
Sassy's, there it is, right there. And you know what?
I don't want to
You know
see
what?
that in the woods. I'm sorry, that's
You,
terrifying.
you know what it almost
Mhm.
looks like to me, guys, and I don't know. I'll play along. How's that?
Okay.
Does that look to you kind of like something might be wearing a mask from the very old days from the people that wore those when the pandemic went around, the flu or whatever? You know, had that long nose on it.
You're talking about like that bird mask?
Yeah, does that not look like that?
It kind of does. I think it's called the plague mask.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
plague mask. Yeah.
Does that not look like that?
It,
I can see that now that you're saying
Yeah.
that, but yeah.
but I see eye shine there too. My opinion, I see a Dogman. That's just what I see. But
I see eye shine. I mean, I agree. There's eye shine.
Yeah.
There's
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
there's
would say
something there.
definitely a right eye. Definitely the right eye, I would say.
Absolutely.
And then you have the upper muscle here on the side of the arm, it looks like, and then you have the bicep and then the arm.
Yep. Yep.
So
Understand.
just another day in paradise out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I think that's all we got for tonight. I got one question before we wrap it up tonight. Do you all want us to do more call-in shows, or do you think enough people will call in? Hey, good to see you, Reverend.
Hey, Reverend.
Do you think enough people will do it? And if you think enough people will do it, we could try another call-in show. I enjoyed this thoroughly.
Yeah, it was fun.
It turned into a great show. What could have been a mess, and you guys, the Abnormal Family, stepped up and said, "Hey, we're having a show tonight."
Yeah, it
And
was
we had a
totally
gr-
redeemed.
It was
Absolutely.
totally, absolutely.
Thank
But
you,
do y'all
Abnormal
want to do?
Family.
Would y'all like to do more call-in shows, or do you think we'll have enough people to do it? Or we can always try, and if people don't show up, we can end it, or
Absolutely.
whatever. But do y'all want to try again? If you want to try, put a 1. If you don't want to do any more call-ins, put a 2. You won't hurt my feelings either way. Trust me, I've got thick skin.
Mm-hmm.
I got very thick skin. It does not hurt my feelings. I mean, if I could put up with Pam, Sharon, and Rogue, guys, there ain't none of y'all going to bother me.
I think that needs to be reversed. Oh, we love you, Nod. We all have to put up with each other, you know that.
Sardi says 1. He says, let's do it again. Sassy Squatch gives us a heart. So I think that is, let's do it again.
I think
I
we need to
enjoyed
do
it.
Yeah. Here's
I didn't
another
think
one.
So too. There's another one. And maybe we can even put Rogue more on the spot as she gets more used to being on the show.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm down.
I really enjoyed tonight a whole lot.
I did too.
Everybody,
This was very informative. I like to hear the comparison to what you see and what other people see. Just random people. And I love
look at that.
Yeah,
Look at
it's
that,
fun,
guys.
man.
Check that out. Check it out.
Oh,
Sassy Squatch is going to send me the photo. And no, I will not share the photo, guys, unless she gives me permission.
Thank you,
Squatch,
Sassy.
Thank you so much for that. I would love to take a look at that. Rogue, is there anything you'd like to say before we wrap this show up?
Not particularly. I think that the turned out to be kind of disappointing that Mr. Friend didn't show up tonight, but I think it turned out to be an even better show than we intended it to be, and I'm grateful it turned out this way. I've enjoyed it, and I think everyone else has too. Sometimes the best things kind of are the unplanned things, and so
very well said. Very well said. I like that.
I'm not following that. He's too smart. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just glad to be here. I'm just glad to be here, helping you discover evidence, whatever I can do. I enjoy the show. I hope I don't have an encounter one day, but I might. You'll be the first to know if I do.
All right.
But I just thank you for letting me be here, Mike, and enjoy in this and get scared to death and everything else. I just thank you for that. I really do. It's so much fun. It's fun. It's a blast.
We
It's a
we love
pleasure.
being part of the Abnormal family. It's definitely awesome. Love it.
Love you,
It's a
Mike.
pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. It's my honor.
You're up.
I am very honored.
Thank
Guys,
you.
with that being said, tomorrow night we're going to be going boots on the ground at a little later time for you guys. It's going to be a little bit darker. 9:45 p.m. Central Standard Time, as Rogue corrected me earlier. We will be out boots on the ground. Guys, I want to thank
Please,
each and every one
everybody,
of
get
you.
it out beforehand where y'all can stay awake for the show. Which is going to be a good one. Keep your eyes open tonight. Tomorrow night.
That's right.
I think it's going to be a
Yep.
good one. Also, we're going to get out
Me
there
too.
and knock one out of the park, guys. I appreciate each and every
Yep.
one of you as always. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner. And until next time, hug your family. Let them know you love them. You don't know how many days there is, and we're not promised tomorrow. So make the best out of today. And also remember, never give up and never surrender. We'll see you on the next one.
Love you guys.
Love you, everybody. Thanks, Abnormal Family.